Good morning. Welcome to the stream. I'm going to do a quiet stream today. Try not to encounter any more murder hornets. We are going to go ahead and wait for listening to catch up. There we go. All right, all right. We are on one of the we're parked outside one of the beacons in the game, which is how you open up the map by climbing up and repairing all of the beacons. This one is on its way to the next major challenge, which is the rocket ship. But we've gone ahead and cleared it out and repaired it. This is beacon 32. And make a note of that. And I'm going to need it. And I go through my list. When we got here, there were enemies all along this area. I mostly sat on the boat and hot shot at them from a distance. When you go in up to the top, so I took care of all the ones down here, although I suspect there may be some more inside those containers, which I have not yet opened up. That should be the sun coming up in game. We have to repair the solar panels and the wind turbines. You get this lovely message from the previous occupants who have spelled out help in debris. And this door is blocked. And obviously everything is turned off. So once you get off me, there's still something. I suspect it's up on the tower, because every time I took the elevator up, something, just a couple of murder hornets would appear. Like I don't know where they're, but I'm not stopping the elevator to find out. So yeah, there's actually a ladder up there that I very deliberately did not look into either. So once up top, there's a couple more beasties to take down. Oh, sorry, I've skipped a step. Once you're through here, once you're powered up and you can open this door, you get a roller ball, which is just a steel sphere with the legs, and it has more guns than legs, but it will skitter at you and can pack a pretty hard punch. I took care of it by chucking a grenade into it. All of this is in the last VOD as well. I chucked a grenade in there, closed the door, and then waited till the grenade went off, and then did that a couple times. Problem was there was an angel, one of the flying manatee objects, and it was accidentally in the room somehow at some point and got hit by the grenade, and that pissed it off. And so I had to retreat back to the boat and take care of the angel and then come back and finish off the rollerball. But it could be done. You just have to find cover and stay there. This is a rather grisly warning when you do get in here. I suspect this is the game trying to creep you out, which successful game. Very impressed. And it is also a bunch of stuff that you can break down once you're done with it. The sun, however, was not rising, it was setting. So we are going to go back to the ship and wait out the evening, because I don't feel like leech farming and those things creep me out. So we're just gonna go sit down here in our little room and sort our stuff out. So yeah, I will go out maybe as soon as the morning sun comes out. You do that. Okay. As soon as I can see the sunrise and look in those two canisters, and then the rest of the morning will be spent breaking everything down and putting it away and prepping to go on to Exodus, which will be in the next stream probably this afternoon. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Excuse me. Okay, minor notes. These should be better sorted from low to high. The boosters, this is the basic engine, but you essentially create new engines every time you do this. So it should be at the beginning, back where this is, not at the end, unless they're being sorted in some other fashion. Hmm. Back up. Button overlap on the controller means you have to be real careful with pointing at. Right. Yeah. You happy? Are you a happy canister? Yes, you are. And now I'm out of ammo. Really put stuff in it. Extra. Okay. So I think I do still need to get at bottom canister. I'm putting everything into the diesel generator at the moment. Uh, Those cables get really wonky if you leave them during a I don't really. Yep. Okay. All right. Um, all right. Look. Oh, we had a deal. If you're gonna be that way about it, awkward because of the railing on it. Too bad. Oh, stop that. Hmm. Now the fun begins. Iron, copper, plastic, fabric, rubber, aluminum, and polymer. So this is everything. What I've done is I have always useful to check the boat and to check the wind turbines. What I did was I hooked myself to the boat power so that I didn't need to bottom solar panel, so that I didn't need to worry about running the battery down while I use the dismantler. And I only had to worry about my weight limits. My diesel situation, as you can see, is kind of pathetic. It's down, that's fine. I did also make one of the upgraded engines, which I hope makes it. This is a box I keep up here that the deck will pull from. And I just keep a little of everything in it. Or I try to. And I don't have to come back downstairs every single time. Because deck has another box. There a moment. That's for those menu. Right. Are just going to be on Dropbox for things that may come in handy later. Okay. You already have glass. Glass. Aluminum. Silicone. Little rubber, not that much rubber. Little polyurethane. The gold. I must have used all my gold on something. You really need the specialized bullets, but I'm sure that's fine. All right. Some iron. This is the reason that I came out here. I'm very low on iron. I'm not doing so hot on fabric either. All right. It should be enough to repair the upstairs once it is daylight again. All right. What else can I do on the ship? You're basically probably having at some point methane tank, double standing light, optical sight. That's probably really useful. Sabatier reactor generate methane and oxygen using water, carbon dioxide, and electricity. And I think they expect us to put a lot of those either on the back of the ship or someplace else. Oops, my long range. Okay. Right. Only thing you can put on the fabricator theoretically make a difference, but long range underwater capable kinetic problems, obviously. All right. Reminder, this game is in very early access, so a lot is going to change over time. Which is one of the reasons I'm more interested in systems than in specifics. Example, the soundtrack is very upset, but what is actually going on is that some of those little leechy things are probably wandering out. Leeches, they are leeches, they're not leechies. That would give something right. That was my good bucket, but I don't seem to be using it much anymore. And go ahead and don't stand on it. Drop it down there. Okay. That is sunrise. We'll get back to it. No, I know. You're on it. Honestly, the crowbar is probably the best. I should probably figure out where the murder hornets are coming from now. Anything on the back of that? No, I'll look at that later. One of the updates, they said you were going to get the chance to ride around on the forklift. Well, one thing that was up top, if you're interested, at the very top, there was a bunch of petrol. Where did I put the petrol? Did I get it out of the elevator? I don't remember taking it out of the elevator. Maybe that's why. Yes, yes. Where are you? Yep. I left it behind. Okay. Well, I'll have to remember where that is. Robot friend. Goodbye, robot friend. Something like that, to better believe. Meantime, more petrol. Something I've not figured out as of yet is respawns. I have not been back to anything. I've mostly been following the instructions, the quest markers, and haven't done a lot of exploration past that. So I don't know if things respawn, which would have a fairly significant effect on strategy. And I'll get some diesel hose at the same time. If you're scavenging for anything you can find and you tend to find things a lot, that creates one kind of motivation. There's not a lot in here. I'm just going to drain it. We didn't get the fabric. When you're sailing, there is a sort of a lo-fi kind of music, techno kind of music that comes up. It would be kind of cool if yeah, it's with something similar when you're just chucking about. Mm. Yeah, to repeat my trick, all your thoughts are taken. Here's a note. Because I was standing on them. Sometimes they're soft shakes I think, or there's like a vibration attached to the tool that transmits through the robot, whatever they're standing on. It's kind of cool. I'm plugging in again and unplugging when I need to make a drop off. That way I don't have to worry about my battery. That's the side that has the stairs. We want to finish. With one stick. There we go. Empty. Right. Okay. The best way to do this, I suspect, is down. Okay. Did not think I'd make that jump. Then once it's empty upstairs, I'll move it into the boat at that point, depending on how much there is. In the meantime, This was going on. You can see there's two levels in the center of the screen. One of them is referring to the cable and the other to the thing that I'm pointing at. I'm overloaded. I don't know what I'm going to do with that control. I don't actually use it for anything. I suppose I could make petrol grenades. That's certainly plus something. Smooth 97. I think it ends up to about empty. Ship with you. Chicken. Sets. So it is getting dark, which means the leeches are coming out. It's stormy. Get up. Thank you. Let's break down the stuff in this main. Somewhere up there, I'm betting, is just one more beastie. All right, robot friends, it is time. Right, not the table. Fast, fast, okay. It's really unnecessary. Cozy. Hmm. This is pretty good. It's delightful. It's interesting. 15 of 25. I hadn't noticed that. I imagine that may change. Morning chat. How's it going? All right. This. Right. All right. This log data would be a lot more useful if they changed their color schema because it is very difficult to read. The font is too small and the contrast isn't sharp enough, which is disappointing because it's interesting and I would like to be able to read it without squinting at the screen. So every time you pick up, every time you pick up a memory, it fills in a little bit of this. And that tells you about the different, um, all of the different things that have been going on. I mean, there's all sorts of things in there, but I can't read them. Not without pressing my nose up to the monitor screen. I think they're just sitting there. Okay. Okay. This is the human pod, the pod with the little human, proto human in it. We're taking it to the rocket ship to launch it into space. That's probably going to require more context in another video. Right. Okay, so we do when we drop off. Wait for it. Not impressed, were we? All right, then. Not enough poop to generate a fart, I guess. All right. I think the time has come to decide what to do with those. So, canisters. Sorry, 12 canisters. I don't want to leave them behind. Or at least I don't want to leave them on the elevator. What? Build a tank of some kind. I think. I don't think we even put petrol canisters into the diesel tanks. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right. I need 4 petrol canisters at a time. Really? You could make grenades with them. That at the moment is all I'm really doing with. Yeah, let's put the explosives back here with the human. That's a good idea. All right. That's gonna end badly. There's no fumes coming off of these. It does. Flame grenade. I think I turned it on once and it required 20 liters of petrol to make the flame grenade. Or I could get the flames thrower. And just build a petrol tank. Honestly, the grenades are going to be all useful. things back here. Some boxes. Here's these. These are empty. Yeah. All sorts of things now. You don't look grizzly. Random stuff. Right. Office chairs. It's an entire container worth of office chairs. And yes, I am excited. Ah, that's where those are coming from. Off me. Get 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 off me. Off me. Light soundtrack. Diesel tank. Checking the status of the railing. Ah, you have all sorts of diesel in you. Okay. And it says, how do I get up there? All right. Who wants to bet there's a creature in there? Hmm. Wow. Thank you, game. Maybe. I take it back. You're a very nice game. Now I'm overloaded and it's getting dark. So don't come back and deal with the office chairs later. office chairs are very useful because they have fabric. And there's no diesel down there. Oh, yes, and what's that? The gas can. Oh, no, way more copper than anything else. The glass is catching up. Empty. You know what? Empty. We're done. You're waiting for me to decide what to do about you. And it's dark. Okay, I was going to wrap up and move towards Exodus. However, get that diesel. Diesel doesn't have to. Perfect. Okay. And there's more diesel in there. But right, you between it's over there. Yes, yes, I know, game. You're spawning leeches. Right. Yeah, I want to bring that deal up. Yes. Relax. This is Um, yes. Mhm. Silicone. That's what the difference is. Okay. Okay. It's fine. Use the arrow to nice. No idea what icon to put on there. Made from brains, but I think that's a bit much. Okay. All right. One more day. We want to go here, which we kind of already knew. Yeah. This is a bit misleading. We didn't actually visit all of those things. We just sort of went past them. Let me try looking at one of the other docs eventually. Like I said, I have been mostly sticking to the path as the game has been giving it to me, rather than trying to get too fussy. Is there a random dot over here? That's where I started. Not there. Maybe I am. Went backwards for a while. Anyways, so the next question is this one here. All of these games at a certain point, they will open up and you'll essentially have the game. I'll tell you, this is what you're doing for a while. And I think that I'm still in the part where it's teaching me the full game as opposed to complete sandbox. You can, of course, ignore the quest. You can even turn the quest off on the HUD and then just sort of tell it, yeah, I'll get around to saving humanity when I feel like it. Um, but I think the first playthrough, what I'm going to do is follow the path and do as I'm told. And then we will play around with the game next time. So you do a completionist run where you literally hit up every single spot on the map exactly as it comes to you, and then get around the weather effects. This is on a low resolution too. Ooh, I don't want to mess around with streaming on high resolution at the moment because I don't know if my computer would take it. Which reminds me, I need to double check. How performance is doing. It's not too bad. Um, but I don't want to go down to that little platform in the rainy night because there are leeches down there, and I could get rid of them, but I can't be bothered. This is why I don't have a lot of diesel on board, is I can't be bothered with the leeches. Oh, so let's just tuck ourselves away and see what happens. Oh, when it's daytime. All right, we have those. Pretty sure we know where it's going. What we should do is take some materials to build a cable extender. Yes. Well, mistake? Yes. Just in case. All right. One last run for the fuel. Break down the chairs. And then go off to see what's trying to kill us at the rocket ship. Where did the letter go? The letter's over here. All right, we're gonna have to break it down again. We are gonna need that extender. All right, clear the chairs. We're gonna want to be repaired. That. All right. Let's do the chairs. And what we've done. Oh, it looks like I can open all of that. Structural ladders up the side, or are they just definitely? They look like they should be ladders. No, there's no paper. No. Actually, okay. It's the human, not. It's the robot, not the human. Close enough. All right. Stuff. I'm going to put the boat over there and take it straight out. Either way. All right, so what I'm going to do is build a extender, jump down with a cable, line up all in it. We're going to get down. Aha, the box is close enough. The box is right above the gas tank and has just enough stuff in it to do that. Now, when I go upstairs, oop, oop, iron. All right. So when I go upstairs, I can connect the cord to one of those. And hopefully I have enough there. Use that one. Okay. Let's just drain it. to-go box and or my repair box. Much more. Okay. Oh, stop that. Oh, where you lit up to? It's gonna be another creepy one, isn't it? Okay. Can you deal with you there? How do I get out of here? I choose about the goats because I believe. Can't you? Where you want me to stand on a canister? Then go up to, which is kind of mean of them, quite frankly, because if I had dismantled the canisters, I wouldn't have anything to stand on, and then I'd be hosed. Yeah, rude. Can't jump while crouched, which means that getting out through that little hole is difficult. So you have to come up. Wasting battery. Where am I? Oh, more chairs. Not a fun place. I'm running it in. Okay. Right in there. That does not involve falling down a hole. You look done. Right, I'm not going back in the hole after dark. Get the containers. You can't get my way back there. The boxes. I have dismantled all of my boxes. Going to start not dismantling the boxes. We don't want to bounce on top of the bio waste container in order to get places. Remove any boxes in my fleet. Not getting I'm very good. I'm not having enough boxes to do this. Can't put it in the right place. Mhm. Yes, that is the hole. Do not jump back into the hole. Oh, alright. Bet you there's another way up and in. Oh, okay. Definitely. Don't dismantle the boxes until you've climbed on top of them. You need to later, I think. All right. Okay. We're empty. All right. And we're playing up on to Alex. Oh, hello, chat. How's it going? I am having fun with the game. How are you? Maybe. Yeah. This game is called The Last Caretaker. It is a crafting survival game set in a flooded earth. Everything is underwater, and you are the last robot left to save humanity by putting it all back together again, cleaning it all up, and putting it all back together again. It's a beautiful, beautiful game. Let's see. Yeah, it just came out in early access. You are gonna spit leeches all over my boat, aren't you? I can't get a good angle at you. Yeah, there's little fleshy things rolling around. I'm not on Kick at the moment. Just Twitch and YouTube for the moment. Um, I have not gotten onto any of the other platforms. I'm just sort of seeing what I can see. Okay. My little robot shadow. I'm on the west coast of the US. Where are you? Hmm. Okay. Don't fall off the box. Don't knock over the bio waste container. Here we go. What's going on over here? These games with lots of little hidden areas that you're meant to climb up to. For that. Thank you. These metal plates are very responsive, and when you stand on top of them, they freak you out. Mm. This is one of the grindy bits. Literally, we're grinding metal scraps. And in order to get around, it is kind of unnerving. What would a robot need with a mattress? Makes you think that they were here for other reasons. Right, that's another way in. And so those things could be dismantled. No, put that away. Lift that up. Yeah. Yeah. Can't get up. Not careful. There's a bunch of resources down there, but it's a pain in the butt to get in and out of that room. So you have to think I'd take a pass. Or I could throw a box down there. That would make it easier. Make it one. Yeah. Let's throw a box down there. Then if I have to climb out, it'll be easier. You need two boxes. Neat. Yeah. Can I still get out here? Jump, jump, jump. Okay. That's about 2 hours, which is what I said I was going to do today. Pretty much got this sorted, got all of these empty. And if you would find a dual generator, would the leeches just jump into it and leech themselves? All right. You're all done. You're empty. Yeah, what's up? It's almost done. All right. So I think what I'm going to do is wrap it up for the morning. And come back in a couple hours. And I will check it out. Hey, Chad, how's it going? Everybody's dropping in at the last minute. Cool. I was going to wrap things up. I guess we could travel for a bit. So, well, if I can do this. Really get it there. Everything. All right, so I found a space up here that the boat is parked at Beacon, it looks like. And if you crouch and get in here, there's a hidden area. And stand on the light is kind of now. There's a bunch of memories down here that you need to collect, and a bunch of fabric, and a couple of these. The thing is, if you break these down, it's really hard to get back out again because this doesn't, you can't jump when you're crouched, and when you're standing up, it's hard to get into that. You sort of bounce off the wall. What the game wants you to do is move these canisters over here and put it underneath the vent, which I've opened at this point, and then you can come out on the roof. So when you get in here, do not break down these canisters until after you figured out how to get in and out, which is actually a very good idea. And I'm going to try and adopt going forward in all areas of the space of the game because I suspect there's more than a couple places like that. And now I double jump. I'm up on a space here. And there may be another way of getting in there and out of there. Well, there's not another way in or out, but there may be another way of tweaking the robot to get through that little hole. But I did not like that. That was not fun. So if you want to get out of here, you can use the boxes that are here, jump up onto the roof. Now, the other thing to remember is anytime the game leaves you a bunch of boxes like this, it is guiding you. At the beginning, when you get here, that door is locked, it has no power, and there's an enemy in here that you need to take care of. So, what you can do actually is jump up on the roof and chuck a bunch of grenades down there. And then you don't have to open the door until after the enemy is taken care of. You may still take fire. Or now that I figure out it, this may have been how the second enemy that I had to deal with got in here. So be mindful of that because you don't want to deal with two at once. But that is another way in and out without turning on the electricity at the very beginning. 32, beacon 32. There you go. Or you can just go in the front door. What I'm figuring out is that there are a lot of places in the game where they have left you more than one way in and out. And if you look for them, Uh, you can change up your strategy based on that. Right. So this was a bit of a grindy morning because we had to clear up this location and get all of the resources out of it. But now we are about ready to head out, which means the next stream is going to be going over to the rocket launch, which is the next quest. I had a going marker there. And where that is actually is off to the side. It started raining, I think, because it knew it want me. I wanted to show off. And in clear weather, you could see it right there. But the game has decided to maintain its mystery, and it is going to make us wait until next time. I will come and do that then. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up, and I will talk to you later. See you then. In the meantime, thanks for watching.